Hello all, so this is definitely going to be the shortest recap out of the bunch. Fingers crossed, Ben, aka the Horror, will get a bigger role to play in the up and coming season 2. So every day leading up to the premiere of season 2 on Netflix, I have been uploading recaps on season 1 arcs for each Hargreeves member. Today's is number 6, aka Ben Hargreeves. If you want to check out the other recaps I have done, they'll be down below in the description. Okay, so this is a recap on the season 1 arc of each member of the Hargreeves family. So to understand this video, I guess you'd have to have seen the show, because there'll be certain characters' names popping up like Cha-Cha and Hazel, who I won't explain because this is just a refresher to get you ready for season 2. Let's get started on Ben's recap. Ben was one of the 43 children born on October the 1st, 1989, to a mother who had not started a day pregnant. He was given to Reginald Hargreeves, an eccentric billionaire, in exchange for a large sum of money. Ben was raised along with 6 siblings, all born on the same day as him. Much like his siblings, Ben had been born with a gift. He can summon eldritch-like monsters that he can somewhat control. Reginald trained him so he could join the Umbrella Academy, a vigilante group consisting of Ben and 5 of his siblings. He also seems to be the most sensitive member of the family and doesn't enjoy using his power. Prior to the series, it's revealed that Ben had died a violent death, perhaps while on a mission with the Academy. Because of Klaus's powers to commune with the dead, he is able to see his deceased brother. We only see Ben for a short amount of time in the first episode, but I can guarantee he was with Klaus for the majority of the day's very unusual events, like Klaus overdosing, 5 returning from the future, and finally Reginald's funeral. The first actual glimpse of present-day Ben is at the very end of the first episode. Klaus asks Ben if he wants waffles, to which he nods yes, and that's the introduction to Ghost Ben. We also see him in a number of flashbacks, a young Ben getting his umbrella tattoo, and at his very first mission. Ben is tasked with, let's say, apprehending some robbers. We only catch distorted glimpses of his power, but we see Ben covered in blood from the aftermath and him just wanting to go home. Ben seems to always be encouraging Klaus to be healthy, to stay sober, advice Klaus doesn't seem to listen to, which seems to be a very common occurrence. The group of siblings discuss turning off Grace, as both Luther and Allison believe she had something to do with Reginald's death. Diego is against it, so a vote is suggested. Diego, Vanya and Klaus want to keep her on, while Allison and Luther think it's best to turn her off. Obviously Ben's vote doesn't count, but he does say that he doesn't agree with Klaus. Another example of Klaus ignoring Ben is when Hazel and Cha-Cha attack the Academy. Ben in vain tries to warn Klaus about the up-and-coming danger, but go figure, Klaus doesn't take any notice, too busy dancing to his heart's content. This leads to Klaus and an extension Ben getting taken by Hazel and Cha-Cha for interrogation on their brother 5. Ben is a witness to the torture that Hazel and Cha-Cha inflict on Klaus, all 10 hours of it. The hired killers want information on Ben's brother number 5, but Klaus is able to keep his mouth shut. Well, only for a short time, as the killers threaten Klaus's drugs, so he gives them whatever information he has. Ben watches over in disappointment, yet again a spectator to his brother's failure. Ben expresses how hard it is to watch his brother ruin his life and to piss everything away, while Ben is dead and couldn't do anything but watch the train wreck. Having gone cold turkey for 10 hours, Klaus's powers to commune with the dead seem to have gotten stronger, as an old Russian lady appeared. She is revealed to be one of the victims of Hazel and Cha-Cha. Klaus and Ben use this to their advantage as more of the victims come forward. With the new information, Klaus manages to creep the killers out, and Ben is proud of his brother. There's even a weird moment where Ben high-fives a fellow ghost. It's not really confirmed that Ben was with Klaus throughout his time in Vietnam, but I assume he was there for the entire duration of Klaus's stay in the past, as he seems to know who Dave is. And as Klaus's only confidant, it's logical that Klaus would confide in him. Having just time travelled back to the present and surviving through the trauma of the Vietnam War and the loss of Dave, Klaus is tired. He desperately wants to conjure Dave but needs to be sober to do so. So he tries to get Luther to tie him up. but Luther is also having a rough day. So rough, in fact, that he wants to try drugs. Knowing the damage drugs cause, Klaus doesn't give him any, but all that does is push Luther to go out and find some himself. Ben and Klaus go after Luther, worrying about his safety as he's never really experienced anything outside of the academy. He's never even had a drink. The boys do eventually find Luther at a rave, looking like he's having the time of his life, and Ben believes that Klaus can help Luther out. But Klaus starts having flashbacks, back to Vietnam. Ben tries to calm him and help him with Luther, but there is only so much he can do as an apparition. Klaus's attempts to stop a jealous guy from attacking Luther are for naught, as the guy just throws Klaus off of him. This causes Klaus to get knocked out, and he seems to travel to the afterlife. When he gets revived, Klaus seems to have been given some shocking news. In typical Klaus fashion, he decides to inform the family about his discovery the next day at breakfast. Ben thinks it's a bad idea, which is yet again ignored by Klaus. The shocking revelation that Klaus had is that Reginald killed himself to reunite the academy. The others don't believe him, and I'm pretty sure Ben is looking very smug in the corner at this moment. The next time we see Ben is after Alison has had her throat cut, watching over his sister as she bleeds out. Klaus goes searching for drugs, and Ben exclaims his disappointment. He's sick of seeing Klaus wallow in self-pity and defeat. Seeing his point, Klaus reluctantly agrees. Well... Psych! Ben, erupting with anger, punches his brother, finally sick of his antics. But instead of passing through his face, he actually makes contact, forcing the pills out of Klaus's mouth. Ben touched Klaus, if only for a second, which means Klaus's powers are getting stronger, which also begs the question, what else could they do? The pair practice trying to touch each other, trying to manifest Ben so he's corporeal, but it doesn't seem to be working. In the final episode in the season, we see Vanya finally come into her powers after years of suppressing them. The rest of the academy deduce that Vanya is the cause of the apocalypse, so they plan to stop her. Destroys the academy, Klaus and Diego go to find their mum. During the search, more bits of the building start to crumble. One even manages to knock Diego out. Noticing a large piece of debris about to fall on his brother, Klaus tries to wake him up, but to no avail. So Ben, seeing no other choice, tries to pull Diego away in a last-ditch effort, and it actually works. Ben is able to touch Diego, and just long enough to pull him to safety. Amazed at being saved, Diego profusely thanks Klaus, who, to Ben's annoyance, takes the credit. Their family make a pit stop at a bowling alley as their childhood home now lay in rubble all around them. Wanting to prove that he can help, Klaus tries to show his siblings that Ben's there, to prove that he's useful and that Ben is always around them. Of course, instead of taking it slow and having him holding something or picking something up, they completely jump the shark by throwing a very heavy bowling ball at Ben, who of course can't catch it, and it goes right through him. Kind of embarrassing for everyone, to be honest, and I bet the staff regretted letting him in. They probably regretted letting him in as soon as they walked into the building, to be fair. After escaping some of the Commission's agents, the family head to the concert Vanya will be performing at to stop her and also to help her. Klaus is given the role of lookout, which he fails spectacularly by getting distracted by food, which, to be fair, is something that I would 100% do. The food distracts him so much that both Ben and Klaus fail to notice the Commission agents heading into the concert hall. To be fair to Ben, he is a ghost, so you can't really lay all the blame on him. Finally becoming aware of the situation, Klaus spots Cha-Cha and runs inside to warn the rest, but is met by heavy gunfire. He takes cover, and it looks like the Hargreaves are trapped both by the guns and by Vanya. Feeling desperate, Klaus puts all of his effort into manifesting Ben, and it works. Now able to use his powers, Ben unleashes his tentacles from the portal and annihilates the rest of the assassins with ease. And finally, his siblings can see that he's real and that Klaus was telling the truth the entire time. Although it is in his blue ghost form, it is the first time we see the tentacles and Ben using his powers really clearly. Finally stopping Vanya from killing her brothers, the Academy believe they've done it. They've stopped the apocalypse. Spoiler alert, they didn't. They haven't stopped it at all. Startling Vanya into stopping her assault caused her power to erupt out of her. The beam is so powerful that it hits the moon, causing fragments to break off and crash towards the earth. 5's idea to survive is to time travel with his siblings. Ben agrees to the plan and each sibling holds hands and reverts back to their younger selves, with Ben standing next to Klaus just as he always has. Then they disappear to another time. Guess we will have to see where they end up in season 2. So that is Ben's recap. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, these season 1 recaps are the first time I'm doing recaps and I don't know if I'm doing them right. Please let me know so I can improve, and if I do any more recaps going forward they can be better if I have completely messed this up. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Check out the other Hargreeves recaps, they are in the description and they're on my channel if you want to go check them out. Let me know what you think of Umbrella Academy. Do you really enjoy the show? Do you like Ben? Do you hope he's in more of season 2? Are you excited for season 2? I'm super excited for season 2. I'm rambling now, but I'm very excited for season 2. If you did enjoy this video, I do videos like this every single week, so please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. It's free, and you might as well. And click that bell if you want to be notified when I upload. Please comment down below if you have any video suggestions, what you thought of this video, how your day's been. Let me know. There are social medias that you can go follow if you really want to. I'm not super active, to be honest, and they're quite boring, so I know I'm meant to be hyping them up, but they're not very good. So just subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye, little wolves.